Have you ever noticed how strange calm feels when it finally shows up? Not peaceful, not comforting, just unfamiliar, almost like something's missing. I remember the first time I experienced real calm. Not the kind where you're distracting yourself or numbing out, but actual stillness. And my first reaction wasn't relief. It was discomfort. I remember thinking, why do I feel weird right now? And then immediately after that, something must be wrong. Which didn't make sense, because calm was the thing I thought I'd been working toward for years. This video is about why calm feels unfamiliar at first, why it can feel unsettling, empty, or even wrong, especially if you're on a manifestation or spiritual path, and why that discomfort usually isn't a sign you're off track. It's often the opposite. For a long time, I didn't realize how much tension I carried as my baseline. Not panic, not constant stress, just a low hum of urgency underneath everything. Even on good days, I always had something I was working toward, something I was healing, something I was trying to manifest, fix, align, or figure out. And honestly, I thought that was just what being driven looked like. I called it motivation. But looking back now, I can see that what I really had was a nervous system that didn't know how to rest without feeling unsafe. Calm wasn't familiar. Movement was, thinking was, planning was, wanting was. So when calm finally appeared, my body didn't interpret it as peace. It interpreted it as a loss of control. The moment that really woke me up wasn't some big spiritual breakthrough. It was exhaustion, not the dramatic kind where everything collapses. Just the quiet realization that I was tired of constantly preparing for the next thing, tired of feeling like life hadn't started yet, tired of mentally living in the future, tired of measuring my worth by progress. And one day, in the middle of doing absolutely nothing special, I felt calm. No racing thoughts, no internal push, no pressure to improve the moment, and my body tensed. That's when it hit me. Calm didn't feel safe yet, because my nervous system wasn't used to it. Here's something we don't talk about enough in spiritual and manifestation spaces. If you've spent a long time in survival mode, striving mode, or self-improvement mode, your body learns to associate movement with safety. Doing equals control. Thinking equals protection. Planning equals security. Calm removes all of that. So when the noise stops, your system doesn't think, we're okay now. It thinks, why aren't we preparing for something? That's why calm can feel boring or empty. Or unsettling. Not because something is missing, but because something familiar is gone. For a long time, I thought peace would feel exciting, like relief, like a reward. But real calm isn't stimulating. It doesn't spike your emotions. It doesn't give you adrenaline. It doesn't announce itself. It just exists. And if your mind is used to constant input, constant wanting, constant checking, constant self-monitoring, that quiet can feel loud. I noticed this most when things in my life started stabilizing. No major problems, no chaos, no urgent fires to put out. And instead of enjoying it, I felt restless. I'd catch myself creating things to worry about, replaying conversations, questioning decisions that were already made, inventing future problems that didn't exist yet. Not because anything was wrong, but because calm hadn't become familiar. That's when I realized something important about manifestation. A lot of people think they can't hold their manifestations, but what they actually can't hold is peace. If your system is wired for tension, peace feels unsafe. So when calm arrives, your mind tries to reintroduce chaos, not to punish you, to protect you. Once I understood that, everything softened. I stopped judging myself for feeling uneasy during good phases of my life. I stopped telling myself I was ungrateful or unspiritual for feeling restless when things were finally okay. Instead, I started treating calm like a new environment my body needed time to adjust to. Think about it like this. If you've lived near constant noise your whole life, true silence will feel uncomfortable at first. Not because silence is bad, but because your system hasn't learned how to relax inside it yet. Calm works the same way. And here's the part that changed everything for me. Calm isn't the absence of desire. It's the absence of urgency. You can still want things. You can still grow. You can still take action. But you're no longer running from the present moment. That's a huge shift. When I stopped interpreting calm as stagnation, something inside me relaxed. I didn't rush to fill the space anymore. I didn't immediately grab my phone. I didn't create problems to solve. I didn't turn quiet into something suspicious. I just let it be there. And slowly, very slowly, my body stopped bracing for impact. That's when I realized how much energy I had been wasting staying alert all the time. Calm gave it back. And with that energy came clarity. Decisions became simpler, not easier, but clearer. I wasn't reacting from pressure anymore. I was responding from alignment. This is why so many people unconsciously sabotage calm. They mistake peace for lack of progress. But calm isn't where progress stops. It's where progress becomes sustainable. Think about how many times you've heard someone say, "I finally got what I wanted, but it didn't feel how I expected." That usually isn't because the manifestation was wrong. It's because their system was still wired for struggle. Force can get you things, but only calm lets you keep them. Calm is what allows your life to settle instead of constantly needing adjustment. This is also why manifestation techniques often stop working when you're calm. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're no longer manifesting from lack. You're no longer trying to escape your current reality. You're building from stability instead of urgency. That shift feels subtle, but it changes everything. If you're in a phase right now where things feel quieter than usual, less dramatic, less intense, less emotionally charged, and that makes you uneasy, I want you to hear this clearly. That unease is not a sign you're stuck. It's a sign your nervous system is learning a new baseline. Calm doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means things are no longer fighting you. And if struggle has been your normal, peace will feel unfamiliar at first. For me, calm eventually stopped feeling empty. It started feeling solid, not exciting in a flashy way, but stable, like standing on ground instead of constantly swimming. And once calm became familiar, I noticed something else. Life didn't need to get louder to get better. It got simpler. I stopped chasing clarity. It showed up. I stopped forcing alignment. It unfolded. I stopped trying to control timing. Things arrived when I was actually ready for them. And that's the part no one really talks about. Calm doesn't speed things up. It removes resistance. And resistance is what makes everything feel hard. So if calm feels strange to you right now, don't rush past it. Don't label it as boredom. Don't turn it into a problem to solve. Sit with it. Let your system learn that nothing bad happens when you're not bracing. Because calm isn't emptiness, it's safety. And safety is the foundation for everything you're trying to create. Calm isn't the end of movement, it's the end of unnecessary struggle. And once resistance drops, life stops feeling like something you have to chase. And starts feeling like something you're finally allowed to inhabit. Take your time with that. Calm will feel familiar eventually. Not because you force it, but because your body learns it's safe to stay.